here an example in Scripture of some of the stuff that was going on in Thyatira. So we read here about Lydia. She's involved in the selling of purple, which pointed to the dye industry and the fabric industry that would have existed in Thyatira. Okay, so we've seen an example in Scripture. Now we're going to look at some extra canonical examples that you can find outside of Scripture related to Thyatira. So, first of all, what does extra canonical mean? What does that word mean? Before we move on. Outside the Bible. So this is not, what I'm about to express to you is not found within Scripture. This is through research. It does not change the meat or the message of what I'm getting at. Okay, because we're pointing to a potential why as to why they were doing what they were doing in a negative way. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. So historians, and I know you guys love history, so you probably already know this, but historians and archaeologists traditionally agree that in Thyatira you had a series or a collection of guilds that existed. Does anybody know what a guild is? Guild? Okay, it relates to trade, and it's like the equivalency of a modern labor union. Okay, that's the example that I could probably use that you'd best understand. So it's a collective of individuals within a particular trade, and they group together in much the same way and for much the same reason as trade unions do today, for bargaining, for strength. Okay, you guys understand there's strength in numbers. I'm not standing up here as a pro or anti-union guy, but you would argue that there are some benefits that come from that, especially from the workforce itself. So you had these guilds that were kind of like unions that existed for each of these trades that were found in Thyatira. Okay, there was a guild associated with the production of dye. There was a guild associated with textiles and fabrics. There would have been guilds related to other industries as well. You guys following this? Okay, so while you have these guilds, you also have to remember that this existed during a time where much of Turkey, as part of the Roman Empire, was pagan, right? We have continually talked about that in every group that we've covered. So you have paganism that existed, where they're worshiping a multitude of gods. The problem that you would have ran into as a Christian existing at this time in this location is that